Hello everyone, this is Abhilasha Patel from Team Consultancy and I am from Gujarat. So today we are hosting a live session that is study in the UK clinic. So if you're planning to study in the UK and you have been confused with various options like first of all with entry requirements, course studies, then part-time job facilities. So this platform is like we are going to solve your queries in this live session. So if you're having any doubts, any questions, you can feel free to ask us. So here we have Azaz sir from London, from Birmingham. So like he's having an experience around 10 years, more than 10 years. So it's like we can have whatever the questions you have, we can have on this live session. So you can contact to us after this live session. We have our contact numbers, WhatsApp. You can call us and you can message us on our. You can DM us as well. So here is the Azaz sir where he like will be giving guidance for the study in the UK.
Hi, Vilasha. Thank you for inviting on this particular session. So, as I said, as my colleague Vilasha said, that I've been in this industry for last more than 10 years. So, I've been working with different universities. I'm working with different nationalities to get admission in UK universities. So, if any of your colleagues or your family members or your friends have any question regarding admission process in the UK, scholarship opportunities, um, as many students ask, part-time job opportunities, or most
Yes.
importantly, what is the career opportunities is available in the UK. I
Hmm.
think this is the right platform to ask any questions. We will be answering live all those questions. So feel free to make any comments during the show, or you can leave a comment. One of our team member will get back to you with an solid answer. So I think we'll be doing this live session for Indian students for every Tuesday, 9 p.m. India local time. So anyone who is interested, you can join us on this live session and ask any question you may have. Thank you.
Okay. So sir, I have a few questions from my end. So my first question is like as nowadays the rules and regulations are has been changed. So I just want to ask in the UKVI Home Office, what are the questions asked by the Home Office for the interview?
Okay, you are you referring to home office interview, or you
Yes.
referring to okay, you're referring to home office interview. Okay.
Yes, UKVI Home Office interview.
So usually there is two part of this interview. One, the first part is done by the university before they issue you a CAS, which is certificate of acceptance of studies, known as
Hmm.
CAS. So they will
Okay.
take an interview. The university will take an interview. They will identify your genuineness. They will ask you a couple of questions, not couple of questions, a series of questions based on your future plan, your source of fund, your career goal, why did you choose this particular course, why you have chosen this particular university, why this particular course. So these are the questions
Hmm.
you face during the university interview, or what we call as a precast interview, right?
Yes. Hmm.
And
True.
the UKVI is asking pretty much same questions, like
Hmm.
as I mentioned, like course related questions, future plans, why this particular university, and also why UK. And also they will ask some of the random question as well to identify your credibility as a student in the
Hmm.
UK. So these interviews are quite straightforward if you are a genuine student, because if you're a genuine student, you know what subject you're going to study, what course you're going to study, what university
True.
you choose, and you must have some solid reasons for choosing these particular universities, and particularly in UK, right? Why
Yes.
particular country like UK?
Hmm.
So as a genuine student, you should not be worried about this interview, because if
Hmm.
you have a solid reason, you will not fail the interview. But yes,
Okay.
there are some strategy you have to follow while obviously attempting this interview, because the interview is not straightforward as we are discussing. They expect certain information from you. For that,
True.
you prepare yourself accordingly, right? And that is why
Yes, yes.
our expertise comes into play, because we know what answer they're expecting and what you should talk about during this interview. So one of our expert guidance will guide you, like, what type of question you're going to face and how your answer should be. I'm not encouraging anyone to memorize those answers, but you should know what to say and you should know what not to say. So this is more important than just giving a random answers. So this is why you should choose a experienced counselors to guide you throughout the process how to clear your precast interview or UKBI home office interview. And
Okay.
I think when you obviously apply and then you get an offer letter from the university, then one of our counselors will guide you through the process. Also, if you are struggling, if you're a student already applied to the UK university, you're still struggling with your precast interview, you can still reach out to us. We may help
Hmm.
you. We have a dedicated team available, so we can guide you
Hmm.
throughout the process as well.
Okay. So, like from your point of view, any questions which are commonly asked by the UKVI Home Office interview?
As I said, like, it's all about why did you choose this particular course? Why did you choose UK? Or what is your future career plan? How did you manage
Okay.
funds? And what other university you have considered, or what other
Hmm.
country you have considered? So these are the few common questions. It's all about the about university, about your
Hmm.
course, about your future plan, and
Hmm.
I mean, like, relevant information about obviously they're not going to ask you anything that is irrelevant. Yeah, they might ask you some unprepared questions, like, uh, for example, if I say, if you say something like, okay, my father is funding my education, and if you answer like, okay, my father is a businessman, and he has a furniture business, so he has
Hmm.
certain amount of income, and they might ask you a follow-up question, a surprising questions like, how
Hmm.
many people work in your father's business. You see this kind of I mean, like, unprepared
Okay.
sometimes come just to check whether you were prepared to answer. I mean, like, if you have a good control over your English, or if you have a good communication skills, you should be
Hmm.
able to answer those questions, right?
Yeah.
Probably you don't know exact number of the employee working in your father business, but you should must have some idea
Basic
about how
idea.
many
Yeah.
people in your father's furniture factory. Like, you can say
Yes.
something like that. Okay, around 10 to 15 people work in my father's furniture factory, something like that. So this sort of question might come into place to check your communication skills. They just wanted to put you in a place where they wanted to see how you react to unknown
Hmm.
questions. So
Yeah.
in that case, they're just checking your genuinity, they're checking your
Hmm.
communication skills. They can't
Hmm.
judge you because you unable to answer those questions, or there is no
True.
right or wrong answer to these questions, right? But they're
Yes. Yes.
checking your communication skills, how you're, are you prepared students, or you're just unprepared students. I mean, like, they just
Unprepared
try to
students.
find
True.
if you're a genuine
Okay.
student, you should know how many people working in your father factory. So this kind of
Yes. Yes. True.
might surprise you sometimes, but you should be prepared for any question. There is in this sort of question, there is no right or wrong answers. If you say 10 people, it's fine. If you say 15 people, it's fine as well. So you have to
So they
prepare
need
for.
to elaborate with that. If it is 15 and 20, it's more than that, then student have to elaborate that what are the salaries and all that, right?
I
Like he
don't
should know the particularly exactly in the factories how many peoples are working. Like if you're
know.
showing a good amount of bank balance.
No, I think you misunderstood what I said. It's just about how you react to the questions. They're not going to go deep into how many
Okay.
how much salary they get, whether they are getting, I mean, like, minimum wages, or they're not going to. They just sometimes they
No
throw
problem.
random questions just to see how you react. That is all.
Okay.
So that
Okay.
their goal is to identify whether you are genuine students, how is your
Hmm.
communication skills, whether you have enough, credibility to study in the
Hmm.
UK. That is all. They're not. Their
Okay.
intention is not to fail you. They just
Okay.
checking your certain skills. That's all.
Okay. Okay. And my second question was about the dependent visa. Like previously, while studying masters, example, masters in healthcare management or masters in business management, if they are married, they are like they are applying for the dependent visa. But right now, it's not. So, just can you help me with which are the courses where students can apply with the dependent visa? It's a
Okay.
research course, or how is it?
Okay, so with the dependents, okay, since January 2024, anybody who's studying masters in the UK, they cannot
Hmm.
bring their children or wife. When I say family member, it's just basically children and wife and husband, spouse, and obviously the children. With the dependent case,
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
mean, there are some courses still available where you can bring your dependents, such as if you choose Masters of Research course, which is equivalent to Masters as well, but it's a research-based Masters. So if you apply for Masters of Research course, you can still bring your children and your spouse with you, but I would only recommend this course if you have a deep
Okay.
passion for research. If you don't have intention to do
Hmm.
research in the UK and you are just just wanted to just explore this opportunity, that could be very very challenging for you, because this
Hmm.
master is not like a traditional master's course. It's completely a research
Hmm.
based degree where you have to conduct your own research, and there will be no traditional classroom education. So you will choose a random project, or not random project, your
Hmm.
selected project, and you have to work
Hmm.
on your project whole year. And after whole year of research, you have to submit your research to the university. If your research got accepted or research has certain quality, then probably they will approve your research and you get a research degree. If the research is
Oh,
below the standard, they might reject your research, and you might not get your results as well. So if you have a deep passion for obviously research, then you should choose this kind of course. Otherwise,
okay.
should not pursue this kind of course, is because it's completely based on research and you have to do your own work, because there will be
Uh-huh.
nobody to guide you step by step. There will be supervisors available to supervise you, but don't expect it
Hmm.
is like normal traditional master's course where you will have classroom education, you have lectures, seminars. But in
Hmm.
most of
Hmm.
the courses, you will get the limited opportunity to interact with your lecturer
Hmm.
or supervisor. So yes, for Masters of
Okay.
Research, you can bring your dependents. Also, if you want to do PhD, as you know, obviously it's more complicated than Masters of Research. It's higher level as well. If you do PhD, you can bring your dependents. If you
Hmm.
do DBA, which is Doctor of Business Administration, equivalent to PhD as well. I mean, like same level.
Hmm.
Obviously, DBA is focused on business degree. So
Hmm.
can also bring a dependence if you do a DBA course in the UK. So DBA course is normally 3 to 4 years. It's a business focused
Hmm.
degree, and it is also a research course as well. So PhD, Doctor of Business Administration, which is DBA, and Masters of Research, these three courses will allow
Hmm.
of, to bring a dependence in the UK. Also, there are some courses like MPhil, like
Hmm.
you
Hmm.
can also bring a dependence if you do MPhil in the UK. So any research course will allow
Okay.
you to bring your dependence in the UK. Also,
Okay.
if I give you, but not many university, I mean, like provide, I mean, like this kind of courses. They provide in a limited places. For example, University of Wolverhampton, they are running a Masters of Research course in four area, like business and management,
Okay.
international relation, public
Hmm.
health, I think cyber
Hmm.
security, and another one probably artificial intelligence. So
Okay.
anybody from computer science background, they can
Okay.
apply for Masters of Research in artificial intelligence, cyber security. If anybody from the
Hmm.
health professionals background, probably they can apply for
Hmm.
Master of Research Public Health. If anybody from business
Okay.
background, they can apply for Master of Research Business Management. If anybody from a another different background, like not a specific background, probably they have some sort of experience in administrations, they can apply for Masters of Research International Relations as well, right?
Okay.
And
Hmm.
this course is available in May 2026 intake. Application is open. They can submit their application for Masters of Research course.
Okay.
The good thing about this research course is um, they have to attend an interview first, precast
Hmm.
interview, then a research interview, which is Masters of Research interview. I mean, like we call it MRES interview. So once they clear
Hmm.
this interview, they will only get confirm their place. Once they confirm their place with the university, they will only go ahead and pay the tuition fees. So I think, but I will
Okay.
highly recommend, if you don't have
Hmm.
uh, passion for research, do not go and pursue these courses.
Okay. And like, what are the documents required while doing the application, the initial stage? Because most of the time, students are confused which document to be given for the applications and which not to be given.
Are you referring to MRES or you're referring to General Masters or undergrad course?
General master course.
Okay, General Masters course, very simple documentation when you apply to university, UK universities. Your all
Hmm.
academic certification, including 10th standard, 12th standard. I would highly recommend to get your 12th standard and 10th standard as well.
Yes.
If you are
Hmm.
applying for
Hmm.
masters, then obviously your I mean, like bachelor degree certificate and transcript, and make
Hmm.
sure most of the university they require original transcript and certificate. Some university issue provisional certificate, and most of the university they deny, not denying,
Hmm.
they don't accept provisional certificate for CAS issuance. So in
Yes.
that case, I would highly recommend go and collect your original certificate from the university and original
Hmm.
transcript from the university as well. So this two is very first and foremost important. And then
Hmm.
secondly, obviously a passport, a valid passport, and then
Yes.
um, a updated CV, right? And
Hmm.
recommendation letter from your university, and if you are working, a recommendation letter from your employer as well. So this is the very common documentation. If you
Okay.
need to prove your English proficiency, then you
Hmm.
need to provide IELTS, PT, or TOEFL certificate. But in most
Yes.
cases, most of the Indian nationalities they get exemption for from English certification. For they don't have to
Yes.
provide certification based on their bachelor degree. For example, if they have done their bachelor degree in English medium,
Hmm.
which means if
Medium.
their medium instruction was English during their bachelor degree,
Hmm.
they can provide the medium of instruction letter from their university, which normally we
Hmm.
call it a MOI letter. So MOI
Hmm.
letter provided to the university, and the university will waive your English requirement by looking at your MOI letter. Also,
Okay.
some university look at your 12th standard results and they give exemption based on your 12th standard result as well. So I think a lot of options available. If you don't have IELTS
Hmm.
or PT, reach out to us. Then I can probably, or we can probably guide you whether you need a PT or IELTS certificate. So I think IELTS is become quite expensive now these days. So before
Yes.
you enroll for IELTS or book your test, get in touch with
Hmm.
us, and assess your documentation, and it can guide you whether you need a IELTS or not. Right?
True. Okay. Because most of the time, while documentations, like as you said, that 10th, 12th is compulsory. So in India, we have 10th passing certificate and 12th passing certificate. So it's equivalent. So both they need to submit, or how is it? Because they are confused in passing certificate.
I mean, like in some cases your 10th and 12th standard is not mandatory if you're applying for master's degree, because you will be judged on your bachelor degree, right? Or they will assess your
Yes.
bachelor degree. But if you're applying for a bachelor degree, then you must provide your 10th and 12th standard certificate, right? But in
Okay.
some
Yeah.
cases, I would recommend, even for the master's students, if they're applying for a master's course in the UK, I would still recommend you to provide your 12th standard, because sometimes university look at your 12th standard result and then they will give you exemption on your English
Hmm.
requirement. So sometimes 12th standard is mandatory as well in those cases. And if the
Okay.
student does not I mean, like I mean, like if the student has IELTS or PTE or other English certification, then probably you don't need that standard because they have meet the English requirement by showing a PTE or IELTS score. So in that
I
case, you
suppose.
don't know 10, 12 standard certification. But I would still recommend to get those certification available, or get those
Yeah.
certificate from your respective institution, and keep it safe for your UK admission process.
Okay. Okay. And can you, sir, please explain me about the funding, like the maximum funding, how students can show for the masters, and for the minimum funding they can show for the for the masters for the
When you say-
application.
when you are saying funding, do you mean the course fees or do you mean how much they need in total?
Bank balance, how much they need to show while the visa filing.
Okay, do you mean the maintenance fund? How much they have to show in their bank?
Yes.
Okay,
Bank
oh,
balance, like
bank.
in we say there is a bank balance, like
Mhm.
what are the minimum bank balance students need to show for the masters, if students applying for the masters course.
Okay, it's quite straightforward. I mean, for example, if you're applying inside London, then the the living cost you have to show, which is around 13,500 something. I mean, like exact amount. I don't know the exact amount, but I can give you the exact amount in the comment section. But
Okay.
it is equivalent to 13,000, between, I would say, between 13 to 14,000 pound between.
Okay.
Okay, and
Okay.
if it is outside London, it is between 10,000 to 11,000 pound. So you have to keep those amount in your account. Okay, so
Hmm.
for outside London, between 10 to 11,000 pound, you have to show as a maintenance fund or as a living cost. If it is
Hmm.
inside London, it is
Hmm.
between 13,000 to 14,000. Now,
Okay.
it is not enough. Why it is not enough? If you pay your full tuition fees, then you can keep those amount. That is fine.
Hmm.
But if you have remaining tuition fee, you have to add those remaining tuition fee to the amount I just said. For example, your
Okay.
tuition fee is 15,000 pound, right?
True. Yes.
You have paid only 5,000 pound, right? So your
Yes.
remaining balance is 10,000 pound, right?
10,000. ten
So
thousand pound. Yes.
10,000 plus the remaining living cost, which is, it is, if it is outside
Hmm.
London, then it is 10,000 plus, as I said, between 10 to 11 for living cost and plus the remaining balance, which is 10,000, right?
So
If it
it's total 22,000 if it is outside London. 22,000 pound you need
is,
to show, right?
depending on your course fees, you can't give
Course
exact
fees.
amount. It depends on your course fee. If your course fees is
Yeah.
higher, it could be higher. If your course fees is lower, it could be lower. But
Yeah.
the living cost, as I said, the living cost is
Hmm.
fixed. So if it is
Yeah.
outside London, it is between 13,000 to 14,000.
14,000 pound. Yeah.
13 to 14,000. I can give you
Hmm.
the exact amount, but this
Hmm.
is a very specific amount, so I can give you the exact amount in the comment section. Once we do
Okay.
our, we are finished with our live session, I'll drop the
Sure. Sir.
amount in our comment section.
Yeah.
And if it is outside London, it is between 10 to 11,000 pounds. So this is a pretty fixed
Okay.
amount. Okay, so it doesn't change. Okay, but
Hmm.
the remaining tuition fee can change, right? So this is,
Hmm.
you have to be very careful, like how much, it depends how much your tuition fees. If you pay your full tuition fee, that's fine. You know how much exactly you have to pay. Outside
Yes, but if
London,
it's
10 to
yeah.
11. Inside London, 13,000 pound to 14,000 pound. And if you have
Okay.
remaining tuition fee, all you have to do, add those amount to those part, I mean,
Particular.
specific
Hmm.
amount, as simple as that. But we have a specific calculation for that. I can give
Hmm.
this amount to comment section as well.
Yeah. And if it's student have taken education loan, then how we can bifurcate with that amount?
So, could you please ask the questions again, please?
Yes. If student have taken education loan, example student have taken education loan for 17 lakhs. The
Yes.
tuition fees, okay, the tuition fees is 17 lakhs and the rest he need to arrange from his bank balance, right? So if student have paid 10 lakhs for the minimum tuition fees, so 7 plus 13 lakhs he need to show, right? In the bank balance.
doesn't matter how you pay your tuition fee,
Okay.
the remaining balance and the living cost should be available in your account. Whether you borrow it from someone, whether you take a student loan, it doesn't really matter.
Okay.
Your
And
your
it's 28 days old funds, right? They need to show.
Yeah, 28 days. I mean, like the bank statement need to be the amount needs to be there for in your bank state in your accounts for 28
Hmm.
days, or in your parents account for 28 days, minimum 28 days. It doesn't mean
Okay.
that you have to put it for 28 days only. You can keep it for longer, but not less than 28 days. Okay. And as you
Okay.
said, like student loan, when you bring in student loan into the calculation, it becomes little bit of confuse. It creates little bit of confusions. Like, I need to find out how
Hmm.
much you are getting as a student loan,
Hmm.
and I can calculate the overall amount, right? Because it's not.
Okay, so I'll tell you in India, they have a two bank system. Like first is without collateral and one with collateral property. Okay, so with collateral properties, we need to show the paperworks and everything. So without collateral, student is getting an approval at least for 7.5 lakhs. If the student is having non any documents, any property papers or nothing, so with any without collateral properties, they can show.
So okay, in this scenario, the calculation becomes really confusing, because I don't know how much your tuition fee is. For example,
Yeah.
if your
I think, yeah, for the example.
yeah, for your tuition fee is 20,000 pound, and you are getting 7.5 lakhs loan. You see, I'm not
Hmm.
sure how the calculation will work in your case, because you will pay only 7.5 lakhs from the tuition fee, but remaining balance needs to be in your account,
Hmm.
and the living cost needs to
Hmm.
be in your account. Doesn't really matter
This
how much.
was my
Yeah,
current point was.
yes, how much money you'll get from the bank. It doesn't really. I mean, like, it doesn't really matter. I mean, how much you're gonna get. The amount you're gonna get, it will be deducted from the total calculation.
Yeah.
You get full tuition fee loan, then the full tuition fee loan will be deducted from the calculation. If you get part
Hmm.
of the tuition fee as a loan, part of the tuition fee will be deducted from the overall calculations. Okay, so it's a very, very simple calculation.
Hmm.
Tuition fees plus the living cost. If you pay the full tuition fees, you have to show the
Live,
living cost.
living cost.
If you pay part of the tuition fees, then
Hmm.
you have to show remaining tuition fee plus the living
Plus
cost.
living expenses.
Very, very simple calculations. It depends how
Yeah.
much you are willing to pay as a tuition fee. Now, some of the students might get a loan for both tuition fees and the living cost.
Living.
In that
Hmm.
case, you can submit those approved loan letter from your financial institution and submit it to the university. University will assess those letter, and they
Hmm.
will obviously issue your cash based on the letter you provided. So some
Okay.
on institution, they will provide you full loan, like, for your
Hmm.
tuition fees, or also for your living cost as well. So it
Okay.
depends on your situation. I mean, like, how you gonna arrange your loan. If you arrange a partial loan, the partial amount will be
Hmm.
deducted from the calculation. If you arrange a full loan,
Yes.
then it will be
Hmm. Hmm.
also,
Hmm.
you don't have to show any bank balance, because when the bank confirms that, they will cover your living cost and your
Hmm.
tuition fees, then you don't have to show any funds. Okay.
Funds. Okay. Got it. Got it. Why I asked this question about the funding part? Because most of the students are confused between the tuition fees and the funding need to show at the via VFS. So this need to be cleared very carefully, because in like while the counseling, the students are not clear till the end of before the doing the visa submission as well. So like we have to explain them twice thrice that tuition fees is totally different, and the living the bank balance which you're showing, that is totally different.
In your case,
Hmm.
what they can do, they can arrange a free consultation with us, with their
Okay.
parents, so we can sit
Okay.
in a video conference. I can
Hmm.
discuss this, and we can show them how it works, rather than saying in words. I mean, it's very difficult sometimes when
Yes.
you listen to something, and it becomes really difficult to understand. If we can
True.
show them through a presentation, like, sharing our screen, okay, this is what will happen, this is how the
Hmm.
calculation works, and they will
Hmm.
understand it better. So the best things to do, rather than randomly checking things on online,
Hmm.
just reach out to us. We are feel free to
Sure.
provide guidance on this
Okay.
particular topic. Okay. Okay, I think Abhilash, we have some comments I can see. One
Okay.
from Mehdi Shamim, he's saying informative session. Yeah, thank you very much,
Thank
Mehdi
you.
Shamim. And we have another question from Abid Rasul, and he said we have seen a lot of news that PSW is being cut short. Is it true, and from where it is going to be implemented? Okay, that's a very relevant questions, because obviously you are spending your money on education, and you should know how many months of PSW you're going to get. So PSW is a former term of post study work. Now it's known as a graduate road or graduate visa. Okay, so
Hmm.
anybody, the PSW is, the graduate road is still 2 years. If somebody is applying for graduate visa before January 8th, 2027, they will still get 2 years of PSW or graduate visa. If somebody submit their PSW or graduate visa application after 8th of January, if I'm not wrong, 2027, they will get 18 months. Okay, so
Hmm.
if you apply before January 8th, 2027, then you will still get 2 years of PSW or graduate visa. If you apply after that, then probably you will get, not probably, you will definitely get 18 months of visa if you do a master's course. But if you do a PhD course, it is still 3 years. So if you do a PhD course in the UK, after your PhD course, you will still get 3 years of PSW. And we
Okay.
also have another questions from Unwanted Alok. How can I do MBA from UK? I'm not sure, Alok. Are you a international student in the UK? If you are an international student in the UK, you can still reach out to us. Probably we can help you to get admission for MBA. If you are trying to applying from India, also we can help you out. Just reach out to us through our Facebook page. You can DM us or drop your contact details. We will reach out to you regarding that.
Sure.
Any questions? Any more questions on behalf of your students?
I think so.
No, no more questions. Do you have
No,
any?
no more.
Do you have any more questions, Abhilasha?
No, 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 no. Thank you, sir. It was very informative. And yes, like if it is that, then I will definitely reach out to you.
Okay, okay. Thank you, everyone. Obviously, we have discussed a lot of issues regarding like source of funds. Mostly,
Hmm.
we're discussing about around this,
Yes.
and we were
Hmm.
also discussing about the PSW or graduate road. We have discussed about others areas,
Documents for the
documents,
applications.
documents for the application as well. I think
Yes.
we will continue our session every week,
We. Yeah.
Tuesday, 9 p.m. India local time. So
Yeah.
feel free to join our live session. It will encourage us to do this kind of events more frequently. So
Hmm.
your participation will definitely give us a boost. So feel free to join our live session every week, Tuesday,
Tuesday.
9 p.m. UK
Tuesday.
time.
Indian Standard Time.
And I would request our Indian students, ask a lot of questions, difficult questions.
Yes.
Your question will motivate us to do a lot of research. So we'll be looking forward to a lot of questions, definitely. And
Yes.
obviously, we'll see you on next Tuesday, same time. Hopefully, me and Abhilasha will be answering
Thank you.
questions.
Thank
And
you, students. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your time.
thank you for inviting me again. And
Yeah.
hopefully, we'll see you each other in
Sure.
next Tuesday. Thank you,
Tuesday.
everyone. Bye.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Bye bye.